All right. Oh, yeah. Bit of a mess. Oh, yeah! Notes. 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 What it is, home skillets, it's your boy PDB here. Today is my birthday, and it doesn't feel that different. Ultimately, yeah, it really doesn't feel that different. I don't know what I was dreading, but I'm sure I'll re-encounter it when the aches and pains set in. Hey. So, you know what? I had a really good week this week. I had a really good day this day, and overall this past year has been ups and downs, tops and turns, ins and outs, and a couple of weird V4 loop-to-loops. So I think what I want to do with the future of my life, as it stands, continuing from yesterday's thoughts, I want to commit to daily uploads, so be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. It's going to be a variety of content besides easy blogs. I really want to commit to lots of really interesting personal projects, realistic goals that I can churn out and hopefully dedicate myself to meaningful demonstrations of my personal, technical, and creative skill. Novel and interesting ideas presented in strange narratives, strange stories, whether that be games, animations, tutorials, or just like chatting back and forth to this webcam. And I hope that making daily vlogs or daily videos uploaded, I hope that this will help me develop a more rigorous sense of schedule, even in my off hours, because a rigorous sense of schedule is very important in all aspects of life. When I was a little kid, they told me, hey, variety is the spice of life, right? But I think spice is the spice of life. I love corn chips and salsa. I love corn chips and salsa so much. And what really matters is developing a sense of routine, Every time there's someone who's lived to be 120, and they say, well, I ate, a bar of chocolate every Friday, or I drank a glass of red wine in the evening at 5 every single day. I don't think the particular food item matters as much as the fact that reflects upon a pattern of stress-free, very routine living for a very, very long period of time. A person who's 120 has been retired for half their life, which is kind of crazy to think about. So I don't think the particular food matters. I just think that avoiding stress and living with an extreme concentration on routine and relaxation, I think that's what gets you to that 120. But I'd even go for the 112. Hey, yo. If I can make it to 104, I'll have lived in 3 centuries. That's pretty cool. So probably I'm going to be doing a watch party tonight with some of my friends to celebrate. I was planning initially on going down to NYC, but I figure like a 10-hour round trip is not a very good idea. 10 hours round trip on bus for $80. Even if they have, the plane style TVs and restrooms on a bus. Pretty wild. It's just not worth the time because I would be spending so little time down there anyway. So instead, I'm probably just going to be doing a watch party. I don't really know how to do this, but it's a hell of a lot easier, lower energy barrier cost than getting onto a bus and traveling for that long a period of time through 3 different states. So something I noticed was pretty interesting in terms of narrative and cinematographic analysis is that the day the Earth stood still, RoboCop, and Terminator, specifically Terminator 2, Judgment Day, are all Christ allegories featuring robotic police officers. But in each case, the robotic police officer is in a different role in the allegory. So Alex Murphy is in the role of Christ. Gort is in the role of God, having the pseudo-power of the Almighty, as Klaatu says. And in Terminator 2, the T-1000, apparently, as far as I read on the forums, fills in for the role of Satan. Well, it's just interesting that that's a triple linkage, what do you call it, like a triconflation, so to speak. So I don't even speak Soda, but it's a really interesting narrative pattern that all three of them also have robotic police officers on top of all being, allegories for death and resurrection. And you could identify that with pretty much anything. It's a really common pattern, but I liked this weird symmetry, so maybe it would be worthwhile to compare the three films. Or they just released Blade Runner Final Cut on Netflix, so maybe we'll do that one instead. Who knows? It just feels really good to end the week, the month, and the year on a note of completing a major project at work. There's nothing hanging over my head for Monday, and I feel really solid. About to go out for dinner with my family. So I really don't think there's anything else to say there. So that's about it. I'm PDB. Stay beautiful.